Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Plot Pulse. My name is Seri, and today I'll be reviewing the drama Welcome to Samdalri. Let's start with some basic information. This drama has 16 episodes, and each episode runs for about an hour and 10 minutes. It aired from December 2, 2023 to January 21, 2024. The main genres are comedy, romance, life, and drama, so you can expect a mix of heartfelt moments, emotional conflicts, and also some light-hearted fun. Now let's go into the story. Welcome to Samdalri focuses on two childhood friends, Cho Yong-pil and Cho Samdal. After Yong-pil's mother, who was a haenyeo, meaning a female sea diver, tragically dies due to a mistaken weather report, Yong-pil is determined to prevent something like that from happening again. He dedicates his life to becoming a weather forecaster to protect the people of his hometown. But because he is so passionate and refuses to overlook mistakes, he ends up earning a reputation as a stubborn troublemaker at his workplace. On the other hand, we have Cho Samdal. Unlike Yong-pil, she always wanted to escape their small town of Samdalri and build a new life in Seoul. She works tirelessly in the fashion photography industry, eventually reaching the top and making a name for herself under the new identity of Cho Yoon-hai. But just when she's at the height of her career, everything collapses, and she's forced to return home. Back in Samdalri, where people still call her Samdal and remember her as the person she was before fame, she is reunited with Yong-pil. Although they were once inseparable as children, their relationship broke down years ago after an incident that pushed them apart. When they meet again, however, the old affection and bond they shared begins to return. Now, moving into my review. Overall, I think Welcome to Samdalri is an enjoyable watch. It has strong performances, wonderful scenery, and some truly heartwarming moments. But at the same time, I feel that the plot and certain character arcs could have been handled better. Let me start with what I really liked. First, the cinematography and the scenery are absolutely stunning. The drama does an amazing job of showcasing the landscapes and the natural beauty of Jeju Island. There are so many moments where you can just pause the screen and admire the setting. It gives the drama a very healing, calming vibe, which fits perfectly with its slice of life tone. Second, the acting is fantastic. Ji Chang-wook, Kim Mi-kyung, and Kim Do-yoon, in particular, gave outstanding performances. Ji Chang-wook's portrayal of Cho Yong-pil was layered and emotional, balancing stubbornness with sincerity. Kim Mi-kyung, as always, brought warmth and depth to her role. And Kim Do-yoon's performance added a lot of heart to the story as well. Overall, the cast did a great job in making the characters feel real and relatable. Another highlight was the relationships between the characters. The banter, the humor, the sisterly bonds, and the friendships were very well done. The show does a great job of creating those small, everyday interactions that make you feel like you're really part of the community of Samdalri. I particularly enjoyed the funny bits sprinkled throughout, which balanced out the heavier, emotional parts of the story. Now, onto the parts that I didn't enjoy as much. The biggest issue for me was with the main plot. While the side stories were engaging, the central love story between Yong-pil and Samdal, along with the scandal involving the female lead, felt rushed and underdeveloped. With 16 episodes, the drama had enough time to explore these arcs in more detail, but instead, certain conflicts were resolved too quickly. For example, the conflict with Yong-pil's father really bothered me. He was portrayed as verbally and physically abusive, not only to his son but also to his neighbors. His bitterness and ego made him extremely difficult to sympathize with. Yet, towards the end, the drama attempted to redeem him in a very rushed and unconvincing way. After 20 years of harsh behavior, his sudden change of heart didn't feel believable. If the writers had shown a slower, more gradual change throughout the series, it might have worked, but as it was presented, it felt unearned and frustrating. Similarly, the storyline with Yoon-ju was also wrapped up too quickly. Given how important it was to the overall plot, I expected a deeper resolution spread out over multiple episodes. Instead, it felt glossed over. I also noticed that the female lead's character sometimes felt inconsistent. At times, she was independent and headstrong, while in other scenes, she came across as passive and weak. I understand that constant attacks can wear someone down, but the execution of this shift wasn't smooth, and it left her character feeling ambiguous and frustrating at times. Another weak point was the second male lead. His romantic interest in the female lead felt unnecessary and added very little to the story. If his role had been restructured, for example, as a divorced man who reconnects with old feelings, it might have felt more natural. As it was, his storyline didn't really contribute much. The ending also left me with mixed feelings. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as satisfying as I had hoped. The sudden cameo at the end felt pointless and reminded me of other dramas where last-minute additions didn't serve the story. Personally, I would have preferred if the female lead had gone to Switzerland with the male lead. It would have been more rewarding after all the struggles they went through, and as a photographer, it would have made sense for her to work abroad for a while. Instead, the ending fell back on a familiar cliché of one lead leaving, which felt unnecessary. Now, let's talk about ratings. For the story, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It had potential and many enjoyable moments, but the rushed resolutions and inconsistent character arcs pulled it down. For acting, it's a clear 10 out of 10. The performances were the strongest part of this drama. As for music, I'm not really into soundtracks, so I didn't pay much attention to it. For rewatch value, I'd say 3 out of 10. It's a healing drama that works beautifully on the first watch, but I don't see myself going back to it. To wrap up, Welcome to Sam Del Rey is not your typical rom-com with fireworks and over-the-top romance. Instead, it offers a slow, realistic rekindling of love in a slice of life style. If you enjoy healing dramas with strong acting, gorgeous scenery, and community-centered stories, you'll likely enjoy this one. But if you're looking for a tightly written plot or a fast-paced romance, this drama might leave you wanting more. That's my detailed review of Welcome to Sam Del Rey. I'd love to know your thoughts. Did you enjoy it, or did you have the same frustrations I did? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Plot Pulse for more K-drama reviews.